You know that feeling. You can talk about complex work stuff in English, no problem. But then just connecting with someone new, trying to make a friend. Suddenly the words, they feel, well, different.
It's like there's this other layer, right, in an unspoken language just for connection.
Exactly. It goes way beyond just grammar rules and vocabulary lists we learn.
It really does. Formal English, it has its place,
Yeah.
sure. But the way we actually build friendships, that's different. It's more about signaling that you're open, showing you're genuinely curious, and finding those little bits of common ground. That's what bridges the gap from stranger to, well, potentially friend.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. Think of this as like your shortcut to that language of connection. We've looked into 5 really simple, everyday English phrases, things you can actually say.
Right.
And they can surprisingly fast-track making friends, whether it's at work, school, or, social events.
And what's great about these is, well, they're accessible. You don't need some huge vocabulary. They're meant to be easy, feel natural. And really the main thing is they open the door for real interaction.
Yeah.
Our goal here is that by the end of this deep dive, you'll feel ready, equipped to use these to start building real connections.
Okay, perfect. So let's dive in. Tool number 1 in the kit. Hey, I don't think we've met yet. I'm your name.
Yeah.
It seems super basic, right?
It does, but there's actually quite a bit going on there. The hey is friendly, it's casual, it puts people at ease right away. Then saying, I don't think we've met yet. That's kind of polite. It acknowledges it might be a first meeting, which avoids that awkwardness if, maybe you should have remembered them.
Good point. Yeah.
And then ending with your name is just clear, direct. It's an open invitation for them to reply.
Right. We saw that example. Hey, I don't think we've met yet. I'm Sophia. It just lands so differently than like a stiff, hello, my name is Sophia, doesn't it?
Totally.
Yeah.
It feels much more inviting. It kind of anticipates a friendly response, like you said.
Yeah.
It gives the other person a really easy way to just offer their name back, maybe add a little something else. And this is super useful in new places, right? Starting a new class, new team at work.
Or just a party where you don't know many people.
Exactly. A social event, a networking thing. It's low stakes, ice-breaking.
And it's not just the words, though, is it? It's how you say it. The material we looked at really stressed the nonverbal side, like a genuine smile.
Oh, absolutely.
Relaxed body language,
Yeah.
Open posture, not crossing your arms, a warm tone.
For sure. Those nonverbals really boost the message. They amplify the welcome. And that suggestion about practicing in a mirror, it might sound a bit silly.
Yeah, I saw that.
But it can genuinely help. It helps you get comfortable, feel more natural when you actually use it. It's about projecting that approachable confidence.
Okay, so you've used phrase 1, you've made that first connection, name exchanged. How do you move past that? How do you actually get to know them a bit? That brings us to phrase number 2. So what do you do when you're not working studying?
Yeah, this is a great next step. After the initial hello and names, this question signals you're interested in them as, well, a person, beyond just their job or their major.
Right.
It opens the door to finding out about hobbies, passions, or just how they spend their free time. It shows you see them as more than just one thing.
The example is simple. So what do you do when you're not working? But there were some nice variations too, weren't there? Like, what do you like to do for fun? Or how do you usually spend your weekends?
Yeah. They'll kind of get at the same thing.
Exactly. You can adapt the phrasing to the situation, but the goal is the same. Dig a little deeper. Find out what makes them tick outside of the office or the classroom. Find those potential common interests.
Okay, but the delivery here is key, right? The source is mentioned using a genuinely curious tone, not like you're firing questions in an interview. Oh, definitely not. You don't want to put them on the spot. It needs to feel like a friendly question, an invitation to share.
Right.
And the sources also suggested little things like maybe leaning in slightly or nodding while they answer. These small things show you're engaged, you're actually interested.
That makes sense.
And honestly, most people enjoy talking about things they're passionate about.
True.
So asking gives them that chance, and you get to learn something new about them. Win-win.
Okay, so they share something they love doing. Maybe it's something you've never done. How do you react? How do you build on that shared enthusiasm? This leads to phrase number 3. That's awesome! I've always wanted to try that. I really like this one.
Me too. What's so effective here is how it creates connection, even if you have zero experience with whatever they just mentioned.
Right.
Saying you've always wanted to try that shows you're enthusiastic about their interest. It creates this shared positive vibe. Keep things upbeat.
The example was perfect. You play the guitar? That's awesome. I've always wanted to try that.
Mm.
Even if, like me, your musical career peaked with the recorder in 3rd grade.
Huh. Exactly.
That response still works. It builds that bridge.
Precisely. And there are similar phrases too, right? Like, that sounds so cool.
Yeah, or even just an emphatic, no way, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. They all do the same job, showing positive engagement, building that good dynamic.
And the key seems to be the energy. You got to bring the energy.
Totally.
The sources kept saying, use an upbeat tone, genuine facial expressions. One even said, say it like you mean it, energy is contagious.
It really is contagious. Your enthusiasm can actually make them feel even better about sharing.
Yeah, I can see that.
And importantly, the material pointed out, in these moments, genuine connection beats perfect grammar every time. Don't sweat getting every word perfect. Focus on showing that real interest, that excitement. That's what people remember.
That's a great takeaway. Authenticity over perfection. Okay, so we've shown enthusiasm, maybe found some common ground. What about just signaling agreement? Those moments where you just want to say, yep, me too. That brings us to phrase 4. The beautifully simple, same here.
Ah, the power of being brief. Same here.
Yeah.
It's just so efficient, isn't it? It shows you agree without having to repeat what they said.
Right.
It keeps the conversation flowing really smoothly, naturally, and it makes you seem comfortable, engaged.
The example was so clear. Person 1, I love hiking on weekends. Person 2, same here.
Yeah,
Short, sweet, but boom, instant little connection.
exactly. Shared interest confirmed.
Yeah.
And the sources highlighted it works best when you genuinely do share that interest
Hmm.
or relate to an opinion or feeling they express.
Or just showing casual agreement sometimes.
Right. It's a little verbal nod that says, yep, I get it. I feel the same.
And it's good there are alternatives too, like me too, or I totally get that.
Yeah, having options makes it feel less repetitive, more natural maybe.
Yeah.
But there was a crucial point about using same here. The delivery matters. Say it with some enthusiasm, a real smile. It only works if it feels genuine.
Ah, okay.
And just as important, if you don't actually agree, don't just say same here to be nice.
Oh, yeah. Definitely don't do that.
Right. It's much better to ask a follow-up question instead. Keep the conversation going honestly.
That's really smart. Don't fake agreement. Ask something instead. Good advice. Okay, so conversation's flowing. We've initiated, shown interest, found common ground, agreed on things. How do we take this positive vibe and maybe, just maybe, turn it into an actual friendship? That leads to our 5th and final phrase. We should hang out sometime. Maybe grab coffee.
Yes, the transition phrase. This is such a good, low-pressure way to suggest meeting again. It clearly signals you enjoyed talking and you're open to developing things further.
Mm-hmm.
And adding that specific but casual suggestion, like maybe grab coffee, makes it really easy for the other person. It's not a huge commitment.
The example felt right. We should hang out sometime. Maybe grab coffee after work. It doesn't sound too intense, but it puts the idea out there clearly.
Exactly. And there were other gentle options too, remember, like let's catch up again soon.
Oh, yeah. Or want to grab lunch sometime.
Mm-hmm. They're all approachable ways to suggest keeping the connection going. No pressure.
And the advice here was about timing and tone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Use it near the end of a really good chat when you feel that positive connection has been made.
Right, when it feels like a natural next step.
And keep the tone super casual, definitely not pushy.
Absolutely key. You want it to feel easy, like a natural extension of the good conversation you just had. And the sources wisely suggested if you feel kind of shy about this stuff,
Which many people do.
right, practice saying it out loud beforehand. Just getting familiar with the words can really build your confidence for when you actually say it.
That makes sense. Practice helps. So there we have it. 5 phrases. They seem simple on the surface, but when you use them with intention, they can really unlock that language of connection we talked about.
Yeah, it's not about having some massive vocabulary or perfect grammar.
Not at all.
It's about using everyday English in a way that's friendly, that's approachable, and that shows you're genuinely interested in other people.
Exactly. These phrases, they just help facilitate that natural communication.
Right. They can boost your confidence in social situations.
Definitely.
And ultimately, they pave the way for building real, meaningful relationships.
So that leads us to our friendly challenge for you listening. Pick one, just one of these phrases, whichever one feels right for you or seems like something you could use soon.
Mm-hmm.
And try it out today. Consciously use it at school, work, maybe even online. You might actually be surprised how even a simple, hey, I don't think we've met yet, can open a door.
It really can. And just remember, the real bedrock of connection, it isn't about having perfect English. It really comes down to being authentic, being kind, showing sincere interest in others. So don't get hung up on trying to be perfect. Focus on putting yourself out there using these simple tools as a starting point.
A starting point for building those connections that really matter.
Exactly.
Well, here's to fostering more of those meaningful connections and to your growth in building those relationships one conversation at a time.